And recent South Carolina commitment. If you would just talk a little bit about how the commitment came about. What were some of the reasons that you chose South Carolina?
Um, After my first visit earlier in the fall, I went there for a football game and everything. I definitely had something in my heart for South Carolina. Then I went again over the weekend, and I just talked to the players more in depth, toured the campus again, talked to the coaches, got a better feel for everything. Everything I heard from the players and the coaches, the players love practice. They love showing up every day. They love the coaches. They love the campus life. So just being able to hear what the players had to say and how much they enjoy South Carolina kind of pushed me over the edge and made my decision.
Yeah, when did South Carolina first start recruiting you? When did you first realize that those guys wanted you to come be a Gamecock?
It was actually this past summer. They came to a couple of my tournaments, saw them out there. They sent me emails and everything. I got in touch with them, and ever since, I think it was the middle of the summer actually. So ever since the middle of the summer, I knew they had a feel for me. They were interested in me. I was definitely interested in them, so we just kept contact with each other, and everything turned out well.
How long have you known about South Carolina? Is it a school that you have kind of grown up watching it all, or did it just kind of come about during the recruiting process?
Oh, it's definitely been a school I've grown up watching. I've always been a huge fan of the SEC. Always been a dream of mine to be a part of the SEC, and so South Carolina has always been there for me. During the recruiting process, definitely gained more interest in South Carolina. Just before I even took a visit, I felt like I could see myself there at South Carolina. So just.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself as a player. You're out there working at third base tonight. You've been recruited as a catcher. You can do both things pretty well. I mean, what do you want to do in college? What have the coaches talked to you about being able to do?
What I want to do in college and what the coaches have also told me is I'll primarily be a catcher. I definitely feel more comfortable behind the plate, but as I'm working more and more out here at third base at the 643 complex, I'm just getting more comfortable out there. So primarily a catcher in college, but maybe every now and then I'll take some ground balls at third and just keep my feel for the infield. So I always have that second option, but mainly a catcher.
Obviously, versatility is one of your strengths, but hitting the ball a long way is also one of your strengths as well. Just talk a little bit about yourself at the plate. 6'5", almost 200-pound guy. You got a pretty good frame to be able to hit for some power.
Definitely have some leverage. I'm gap-to-gap hitter. I square up a lot of balls. I definitely have the power to leave the yard. I come up in the clutch. I definitely drive in runs, but just mainly about my offensive ability. I'm more gap-to-gap, situational hitter, and I have the power to leave the yard.
And some of the things you want to work on. Obviously, you got a couple of years before you get to school, but what are some of the things that you work on in improving in your game between now and the time you get to South Carolina?
I definitely need to get stronger. I mean, there's always room for improvement. My arms got to get stronger. My core's got to get stronger. My legs, my shoulders, everything. I'm already a pretty smart baseball player, I like to say to myself, but definitely have a lot more to learn about the game before I'm ready for SEC baseball. So between now and when I get to South Carolina, I'll definitely be learning from these 643 coaches on what I can do to improve my game and everything. So definitely got to get stronger and just learn more about the game.
And when do you plan on coming back to South Carolina? You going to come down to either the football games that are left or just plan to come down some during baseball season?
As of now, my parents and I are planning on coming up for the South Carolina Clemson game in Columbia. So I believe that'll be my next appearance in Columbia.